highlights good design and creating great customer experiences through various application of paint, plasters on surfaces. She's creative, energetic, self-directed, and she enjoys the challenge of growing her new business in the home design and interior industries. She's a consultative sales professional who understands current trends and customer preferences, combining the two for a client's complete satisfaction. She enjoys presenting and consulting with perspective her clients can use to build a loyal customer base. Her creative skills include color consultations, interior design and staging, specialty painting, art production and selection, and creative problem solving. Suzanne.
Just to be clear, I enjoy presenting to like one person. People. So thank you for having me back and for giving me this chance to talk about what I do, because I'm new to the group and you guys don't know anything about me, most of you. So wanted to start with some background, but thank you, by the way, for the lovely card with your thoughts and everything going to my stepdad and my mom's situation. I really appreciate the warmth and thank you. So I am Suzanne Cote. Colorado Custom Wall Finishes is my business. Started it many years ago, but going back even further, I grew up in New York, got educated there with artistic endeavors in mind. Didn't really go that direction after I graduated. I just kind of landed in this corporate situation downtown Manhattan, actually at the World Trade Center. Doing conference planning for MasterCard. So really not me. But I was there for 6 years. That was an experiment. That was pretty good, but in the end I figured out that that wasn't where I needed to be, and that my thing is really about aesthetics. And my sister was here and I moved here in '89, and I decided to go to design school and entertain all my right brain cravings. And so I did that and I graduated. It was a IDI in Denver, it's a great school. And then promptly, I went on a hike in Crestone right after graduating and broke my ankle really kind of badly. So going job hunting, back then in '89 was like, you pounded the pavement with your resume in your hand, right? So I luckily lived next door to a really great artist. His name is Ben Brown. He did murals all over Boulder, and he also did photo finishing. And he had this huge installation at Children's Hospital on 7 floors, and he had a studio right next door to me. And he asked me if I would help him with his, getting that install completed and backgrounds and things. And so he gave me this great job opportunity right next door to me, so I didn't have to walk around in a suit and my crutches and figure out a new design job. So then I had that epiphany of, putting a brush on something and doing some strokes and having an immediate change in, wow, that's beautiful, and it's instantaneous. I like instant gratification. So that kind of helped me just decide to go that direction. And he trained me a lot, and then I continued taking classes and School of Applied Arts in Denver, and just kept, growing that, learning new materials. And so there's some examples down here of specialty finishes, because not a lot of people understand what that is. But it's like anything that you envision, or just any idea, any color, any kind of visual thing that makes your environment feel good to you. And I like to listen to my clients when they tell me what they want. I really listen for these, what I call emotional descriptors, which are the words that clue me into what they're going to love, how they want to feel in their space, and try to make that, create something that makes that happen. So let's see. So what I feel is my bundle of skills to bring to the jobs. Well, let me back up. So along these years, about 17 years of doing this, I've done small spaces like bathrooms, but big spaces like hotel rooms, like ballrooms. And so I'd hire crews to, do base coats and the prep work, and I found some really good people, really good crews, and I found some really bad ones too. And so now I understand, and I have a good relationship with a bunch of people, and it was, trendy in the 90s to do the finishes that I do, that I really love. I mean, the art part is really what speaks to me. But it just seemed like a natural growth to expand and shift into just repaints, the whole interior or exterior repaint, because people always want that. And I had these great relationships with crews that do good work, good craftsmen. So that's where I started going in the last couple of years. And so I feel like I have this, package of skills, like I said, to include, which is, my design experience and training, and a good design sense. I'm pretty well versed in color and trends, and lots of people just are very uncertain about going with their choice. They just don't know, and they need affirmation or they need guidance about what's going on in that space. And I can help them. I do color consultations. So, and I have this eye for detail. I'm an artist. So I make sure that the lines are cut crisp and straight. And that's what I bring, is like this kind of supervision to the job, to make sure it's done to the quality that's expected. And maybe I expect more than the client, I'm not sure. But I like to make sure that all the switch plates that go back on the walls are either new or they're all cleaned up, and every little screw is turned so it's vertical at 90 degrees. So I like to bring that detail to my work. I did bring a slideshow. It did have a little music, but that's not seeming to work. And to set it up, the pictures are not all that great, and they are of specialty finishes, not and mural work and things, and wood graining. And it's not so exciting to take a picture of somebody who picked their theme as white, their hands, which is a great plan if it's a plan. If you're not being fearful of color, and white works great, but it doesn't show up so well on a slideshow. So these are just some pictures of some of my projects over the years, and I guess I can try and stop, pause, and talk about a couple of them, because it's not necessarily going to be clear to you what happened, but there's one, for instance, I'll just tell you in advance, of a fireplace mantle that was painted white, and they wanted it to look like mahogany, so I did a replicated wood grain like mahogany, and then you can see some close-ups of detail on it. First one's a mural that Ben Brown and I did together at Whole Foods before they remodeled, and they knocked it down. But and then there's another project that actually, Don? Mm-hmm. You work with Bill Cheatwood, right? And mm-hmm. This is a picture of his project that I worked in this space where all wood trim was painted, the aprons and the sashes on the windows, and they put in wood shutters, and it was painted white all around it, so I had to replicate that wood. So it was an award-winning project that Bill Cheatwood did, and I got to participate in that way. So I don't know if you'll...
Suzanne, when I was was wondering is, maybe you could run the slideshow. We only have a few minutes left. Maybe we can do questions while the slideshow is running. Does that work?
Yeah, sure.
If you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 5 minutes.
Okay, I think it's like 3.5 minutes long or something. So that's the mural of foods. That's a candlelight paint treatment. That was a fun project in the stairwell. So that you can really see that there's like a patina on the wall. So that's kind of close up of the previous picture. That's a metallic finish. Texture, that's dry. And it was a kid's playroom, and I wanted to make this Tasman tree. It's just a little flourish and a bar.
Is that painted or is that a mural?
That's hand painted. That's the fireplace now. And I need better pictures.
Nice. So that's painted?
Uh-huh.
It's not wood?
And I can replicate, any kind of wood grain specific, with photorealistic quality. That's supposed to be like cherry. It's a bad picture. That's a close-up of the finish. There is a hood over the range. She wanted a little French toile pattern. And that was in a house that was on the HGTV show. Previous one that happened. There's the little cheap wood project, and that's the before. That one I'm really proud of because the mantle and see, I like to step back if I can real quick, but I can go back. I won't take the time, but that fireplace wall was like ugly orange peel, white, nothing going on there except they had that conglomerate mantle around the fireplace, and then they wanted it to look like stone blocks, so I textured it and created the lines and glazed it and everything. But I don't know how to go back to that picture, so.
Does anybody have any questions for Suzanne?
I have a question. So if someone wants to do that type of detail work on their walls instead of wallpaper, is that kind of the trajectory of, if someone wants, the look of texture on the wall, but they don't want to do wallpaper, that would be your kind of ideal person.
I use trowels and plasters, and all kinds of, dimensional paint.
Suzanne, you've done really good work in my house.
Oh, thank you.
As I'm looking at your photos, I might like to have some aspen going up a couple of walls, just as a little fun thing.
Okay. Yeah, and I want to thank you, by the way, for that business, and I'm having fun. And Suzanne has also given me, just thank you so much, given me great referrals to her neighbors on her block, so she must really have to trust that I'm going to do a good job. And
It's looking so good. Maury's house is being painted yesterday and today. Looks so good. And then Courtney's house is just so beautiful, and the workmanship is incredible.
Thank you.
So we have one thing.
Okay, look, I have like 4 pictures left or something, so it sounds.
So is that painted? That block?
No, that's really tile. I just did the mantle. But I can do that.
You can click on that icon and drag it over. It'll go faster. Do we have one more question?
Yeah, sure. I don't know why it looks like it's going backwards.
No, it's
going forwards.
Anybody else?
Drive back.
Wanna know
Thank you
anything?
very much.